Diego Lopes has just beat Gene Silva by second round knockout with a spinning elbow, and what a fight it was. Even though it was only 2 rounds, I did predict it to go really short, but I was thinking it was going to be first round, and I actually thought it was Gene Silva, but I've done 2 different videos explaining why I thought this match was so close, and I actually thought it was a 50-50 matchup. I was literally like 51-49 swaying to Gene Silva. And to be honest, obviously hindsight's a great thing, but I feel like I was getting swayed by everyone picking Gene Silva. Everyone said Gene Silva's going to easily go out and knock out and flatline Diego Lopes. The odds were wildly in Gene Silva's favour, and I feel like that kind of played with me and it made me pick Gene Silva. But at heart, I did want to go Diego Lopes, but I was so impressed with Diego Lopes' performance. Don't get me wrong, do not think he should get a title shot next. He has just had one. There is better contenders. But the fight, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. And I was so hyped for this fight. And it definitely delivered. Gene Silva's face by the end of it, all the blood on his face was crazy. Absolutely crazy. One of the bloodiest fights we've had for a fighter in a long time. Because even when his face would get cleaned, he'd instantly pour down. You seen at the end when Diego Lopes is getting his hands raised, Gene Silva, his face is just covered in blood. And that elbow, that spinning elbow, it's kind of mad because obviously the last spinning elbow was Lerone Murphy, who's probably going to fight Alex Volkanovski, and the elbow before that was Carlos Prates, Gene Silva's teammate. So it's quite a mad coincidence that it was a spinning elbow, but the whole fight was amazing. First round, Diego Lopes comes out, big swinging. Gene Silva the same, coming out proper. I really like Gene Silva where he'd like slip and then throw a teep up the middle right to the face too. That landed 2 different times, but then obviously went for the spinning back kick. Diego Lopes took him down and then he's in mount the whole time. And I love the idea of Diego Lopes taking him down from the spinning back kick, because that's what Alexa Grasso done to Valentina Shevchenko to win the women's championship, because Alexa Grasso, Diego Lopes' teammate, when Valentina Shevchenko went for the spinning back kick on Alexa Grasso, she jumps on the back, gets the rear naked choke, wins the championship. Gene Silva goes for a spinning back kick against Diego Lopes, Alexa Grasso's teammate. Diego Lopes takes him down straight into mount, and I thought that was going to be the end of the fight. I really like the elbows to the top of the head. I think that's really underutilised in MMA. Cuts Gene Silva, and it just, like, that is painful too. That is so painful. Anyone who hasn't ever trained MMA before, like, I know loads of people who are like, oh, I could take that, I could take that. An elbow as hard as you can from mount while you're stuck on your back. The pain is crazy. But Gene Silva, fair play, stayed in it. Diego Lopes landed loads of hard shots, loads of big elbows. Gene Silva stayed in it, kind of. In mount, it's hard. If you can't escape where, say, you're getting back to half guard, getting your legs back in, then you re-guard into full guard. If you can't do that, you have to either do a big bump and lift your hips in the sky and try and frame off them, keep your arms locked out straight and get them away, and then bring your knees inside, which is quite hard in MMA. But what Gene Silva done was the other thing you can do, which is turn your back. It is obviously risky, especially with Diego Lopes on your back, how good Diego Lopes is. But Gene Silva done really well, turned to his back, then he's shrimping out and then getting his way back up. I thought that was really impressive. Then started the second round. Gene Silva done really good in the striking. Obviously, that first round is as bad as it could possibly have gone for him without getting finished. Literally, while he's dry, Diego Lopes is inbound, raining down so many shots. Obviously, Diego Lopes won that fight, won that round. Gene Silva comes out in the second round and does really well in the stand-up. I thought Diego Lopes, I didn't like what range he was fighting in. He wasn't fighting like super close range, which he likes, which is basically clinch range. But he was fighting just outside of that range, the boxing range, where Gene Silva's so good and he's landing big overhands, big left hook backhands, which is his best weapon. And I was thinking, oh, here we go, Diego Lopes is going to get knocked out. Go up against the cage, bam, spinning back elbow, knocked Gene Silva down, finished him on the floor. And I think he was pretty knocked out while he was on the fight, while he was on the ground, sorry. So I definitely agree with the stoppage. I know Gene Silva didn't think it should have been stopped. I definitely think it should have. Then Diego Lopes gets on the stage, gets on the cage, sorry, middle fingers the Gene Silva's teammates, and the end and goes over to Gene Silver's team, starts having a go at them, and then Gene Silver punches him in the back of the head. I thought that was mad, but Diego Lopes, he is amazing. And what do we do next with both of these? I just think Diego Lopes, he can't get a title shot next. He can't. There's too many good contenders. If there wasn't good contenders, like if it was the bantamweight division where Merab's just running through everyone, then I'd get it. I'd get given Diego Lopes another shot, which I think if Umar Nurmagomedov beats Song Yadong, Mario Batista, sorry, they'll give Umar Nurmagomedov a title shot. So it's a hard situation with Diego Lopes because Lerone Murphy, I definitely think, is way ahead of him. I think they were just waiting for Gene Silver. If Gene Silver would have won, if he would have knocked him out in that second round, then I reckon they would have given Gene Silver Alex Volkanovski. But I definitely do think it'll be Lerone Murphy on the December pay-per-view. I think the next fight should be Diego Lopes versus Movsar Evloev for the rematch. I don't think Yair Rodriguez should be in #1 contenders opportunities yet. I really don't think he should be. I think if Yusuf Zalal beats Josh Emmett, then Yusuf Zalal should then fight Yair Rodriguez, or you could do Arnold Allen versus Yair Rodriguez, and then Lerone Murphy versus Alex Volkanovski, Diego Lopes versus Movsar Evloev. And I really do think in a 5-round main event, I think Diego Lopes could beat Movsar Evloev. I don't know if he would. I think I would probably sway to Evloev, but again, to me, that's a 50-50 matchup. The same as the Gene Silver one. I think everyone will go, Movsar Evloev's going to win. He's going to out-wrestle him. He's just going to keep him to the ground. But Diego Lopes is so high level on the ground. And what I like about Diego Lopes' ground game is it's just attack after attack after attack, fight, submission, submission, submission. He's always chasing the submission or the ground pound. He's never just laying and praying on top of someone and hoping, trying to stall the round out, which we know loads of fighters do. Diego Lopes is all action on the ground and he's always hunting the submission. Great main event, and I can't wait to see what the UFC do. I don't mind if Diego Lopes fights Movsar Evloev, Yair Rodriguez, Lerone Murphy. All of them fights would be so good. I do think Lerone Murphy definitely deserves a title shot. But out of Yair Rodriguez and Evloev, I'd prefer him to fight Yair Rodriguez because there's beef there, they hate each other. But I think for the state of the division, it should be Evloev. Maybe on that December pay-per-view with Alex Volkanovski, they can have, because I think Sean O'Malley's going to fight Song Yadong on that fight as well, on that card as well, so that'll be a sick card. Alex Volkanovski versus Lerone Murphy as the main event. You can have Diego Lopes versus Evloev 5-round co-main event. That'd be sick. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong, and then even have a Yair Rodriguez versus Arnold Allen on that fight as well, on that card as well, which would be so good. Let me know who you think they should fight next. Other than that, on the card, I was really impressed with David Martinez beating Rob Font. I really didn't think. I think it was going to be an easy win for Rob Font and Jared Gordon. I thought they're both super underrated, and both of them got beat, so I couldn't believe that. Other than that, the Canelo Terence Crawford fight was sick. I was really impressed with Terence Crawford. I thought he completely outboxed him, really. I had it 4 rounds up for Crawford, but who knows what will happen with that, really. I'm not that into boxing, to be honest. I don't know much about boxing. I'm die-hard MMA, so I couldn't tell you who they're going to fight next, but I love that fight, and I don't love many boxing fights, so I was really impressed with that fight, but it wasn't better than Diego Lopes versus Gene Silver. I just think anyone who prefers watching boxing to MMA is mad to me. I never watch a boxing fight. I wasn't sat at the edge of that my seat watching Canelo versus Terence Crawford being like, oh my God, someone's going to get knocked out, someone's getting knocked out. Gene Silver versus Diego Lopes, that whole fight, I was waiting for a knockout. I was literally just waiting for a knockout. I couldn't wait. I was sat on the edge of my seat, so excited watching the fight. Where the Terence Crawford versus Canelo, I was just kind of like, oh, he won this round, he won that round. And I just think that's the difference between boxing and MMA. But let me know in the comments what you think. Who do you think Diego Lopes should fight next? Gene Silver, he could then fight the winner of Yusuf Zalal versus Josh Emmett. He could fight Arnold Allen. He could fight Brian Ortega. Let me know who you think everyone should fight next, and I will see you later.